Hello, guys. This is Nate Peterson. I am doing my second career presentation, and I chose to be a um, licensed professional counselor for LES Family Services. Because my grandpa was one of those, and that's kind of like what started me wanting to follow the psychology field. So I wanted to do that, um, and it fits the criteria of this assignment. So, um, the working environment would be good. Um, I'd be involved in office counseling sessions. I'd travel to outlying areas if they needed me in those places and other places. I might go into some people's homes, which has varying working environments. Church houses, because I'd be working for the church. Sometimes I might even go to a jail, um, and talk to people in jail. Um, so I could be in an office or even anywhere out in the community, basically. Typical stressors would be unstable clients. Um, I guess if I worked in Colorado, it might be unstable climates too. Yes, but clients that might be suicidal or a threat to others. Um, Sometimes I might have to report abuse, which can be difficult because you develop a relationship with your clients, and when you have to report things on them, it kind of destroys the relationship, which takes away your ability to help them. It is a stress to do that in such a way that would be helpful to report abuse. Um, Another stressor would be learning to leave work at the office and not take it home with me. Um, I know a stressor would be like listening to people's life problems, which can be very hard. Like, they can be really serious problems that just kind of mess with the counselor's head, also. So I would have to leave all of that trauma experience at work, and when I get home, just kind of be a father and a husband and stuff. So, I guess as a counselor, you can experience secondary trauma, which when a client tells the counselor about um, trauma they've experienced, it can be so traumatizing that the counselor experiences secondary trauma just from watching someone talk about that, and having them actually be the recipient of the trauma telling you can be traumatizing. Um, and you might, I guess, apparently, if you're a counselor, you can talk to other counselors to kind of get those things off of your chest. Um, um, and also turning to prayer would be necessary. Turning to a higher power, I guess you could say, um, to get that trauma off your chest. Benefits would include seeing people healed, um, as I guess healing is a process. It's not just a one point flip around usually. So seeing people healed can be beneficial, and um, sometimes they share their appreciation to you for helping them, and then they let you know that all has gone well for them, and they are so grateful and all that. Um, it can be very beneficial. It makes you feel like you made a difference in someone's life. Um, Keeping marriages and families together is beneficial. That also makes you feel like you're doing a good thing with your life. And you're also strengthening faith in a higher power in this particular field, because you're working for the church, and a lot of the people you serve are members and stuff and are looking for better, more faith. Um, Common job tasks would be case planning, where I would look at their situation and try to find a good way to approach the counseling session so that they can have something to work with. I guess the most beneficial way for them, the best way that they can approach their situation. I would have to plan that out before the session. I'd have to document counseling sessions. I'd have to maintain a license. So go to like a seminar a few times a year, two or more, I guess. Counseling with clients, traveling. Yeah, of course, counseling with clients and sometimes traveling, I guess. Educational requirements would be a master's degree in some kind of psychology, whether it be educational, counseling, social work, marriage and family therapist. It could be a psychologist, which actually takes a doctorate degree, but usually, but yeah, I'd have to have at least a master's degree to be a counselor and a therapist. I'd also need to get a license, which takes about 2,000 hours of supervised practice. Then pass an exam, which costs about $100 to $200. And then, of course, like I said before, maintain the license. The starting salary would be about $45,000 to $50,000 a year. And after I've gained a lot of experience, it could go up to about $65,000 a year. Miscellaneous career information. My grandpa kind of gave me some advice to keep a broad perspective. Don't focus on only one kind of counseling. Do lots of kinds of counseling situations. Not just marriage, not just abuse. Balance things out. Also, he said to have a variety of tools to work with, a variety of skills so that you can adapt to your client's needs, like different approaches to therapy and stuff, and learn to take care of myself in the process, and keep confidentiality even with my wife, which would be difficult. And yeah, my information source is my grandfather. So that's my career profile number 2.